Morning everybody, it's 7 o'clock. Is it 7 o'clock? No, it's 5 to 7. I'm in the building, well I'm at the building. Someone's gone in with a key and locked it, and now no one's answering the door. Funny shenanigans going on there, I reckon. Why would someone be in there that early and lock themselves in, eh? Maybe an early morning poo. Maybe something else. Last time that happened to me, years ago, when I couldn't get in a building, it was our old office building. I found out the boss was upstairs with the health and safety officer. Him and her. I think that all went wrong for him anyway. So I'm going to sit out here because I've got to open the door in a minute. Because I've got work to do, man. I'm back once again with a renegade plaster. I think I've worked out why they're in there on their own. They had the alarm system fitted yesterday, and maybe he needs to be in there on his own just to walk around and make sure separate areas go off and go on, because I think they was trying it yesterday and there were so many people walking about they couldn't sort of, you know, get it happening because everyone kept disturbing the sensors and stuff. So I think that could be the reason, or an early morning poo, who knows, one of the two. Hello mate, alright. Can I come down there? Run a pipe down there? Yeah, I'm literally just on there. Yeah, have a go. So that wall's nearly there now, just a couple more trails up, a couple more passes, and that will be a done deal. I think they're going to stick a staircase against this next week anyway, so I'm not too fussed. I think they're having a doorway put in there. I'd imagine it's obviously got to join onto this mezzanine, and then have a staircase up there, so that'll probably get bashed about anyway. I'm not used to doing all this sort of site work. Just all this board work. It's so bloody easy. Forget how easy it is, really. It's much easier than doing houses. flattens itself out, really.
Marco Direct, the specialist trade.
Right, it's just gone 1 o'clock now, so I thought I'd just pop out here and get a bit of daylight, really. It's a bit sort of dark and dull in there. I like to see a bit of daylight in the daytime. But yeah, it's all going well in there. It's very easy, that boardwork, you know. I'm so used to doing people's houses where you're going over Artex ceiling, you know, you've got walls that are all up and down and plug sockets, all that lot. But I've only got 3 bags of plaster left, so I can't do loads more. I'm not popping out from here. I don't know where the nearest merchants is from here. So yeah, I'm just going to do like another batch in the afternoon. I've asked the guys where they want me to be, and they're going to start building a reception area and some seating areas soon. So they've asked me, can I get them bits done, which is brilliant. That's what I want. I want to be useful. I don't just want to start walking around doing random walls. I want to sort of get it done, so I've not got to start plastering above newly installed stuff. So that's what I'll be doing, really. But yeah, it's easy. That's what I'm trying to say, really. It's not as, I don't find it as hard as working in someone's house, you know. There's none of that getting in, sheeting up, masking up. It's just mix up and go, really. A little scrape of the floor when I'm finished and sweep up, and it's all job done, really. So it's a bit more sort of physical in the amount you're putting on, but the amount of time you've got to spend getting it right, it's you know, it's easy, really. I was talking to the fella that's sort of running that job, and he's in there, he's working as well. He's not a builder, he runs climbing centres, so he's not a builder, but he does muck in, he's quite handy. And I said to him, what's all this painting? Because I'm getting it all plastered, obviously, so they can get all the painting done, and then things can be fitted against the walls that are painted and stuff. And I said, is there a few of you in here at the weekend? And he went, no, just me. I said, how come? He said, well, all the staff in his climbing centres, he said, they don't want the extra work. They're happy with their hours they're doing. He said, I put on the, like, obviously you must use some sort of group chat. He said, I put a thing on the chat offering out 6 extra shifts yesterday. He said, one person's come back and wants one. It just made me think, Jesus, when I was young, I would have jumped at the chance to go and earn 6 lots of, money, or working over the weekend with a paint roller, because it's not what they do in the day. They run climbing centres. So you'd thought like 3 or 4 of them would go, let's earn a few quid, let's go and do a load of painting, but it just seems that people don't want it really. I would do it. I'm busy on the weekend doing something else, but I'd jump in there and paint that. I'd get my little sprayer out. I'd spray all that for extra money. It's easy, isn't it? It's easy money to be earned, but people don't want it. I do not understand people. I've done everything for money, as I'm sure a lot of you have. I've had my hand down drains. I've done everything. Any grossy job you can think of when I was younger, and even now, I'm not proud at all. If it earns me money, I'll do it. I really don't care. And when I was younger, I used to do a bit of window cleaning for a firm as well, like down in the city, down in London. So we used to do a lot of cradle work up high in the cradles, which is not for the faint-hearted. But also, we used to do the bosun's chair. Now, I don't know if any of you know what a bosun's chair is for when you're cleaning windows. I'm sure some of you old school guys do. I don't even know if that would be allowed nowadays, a bosun's chair. But it was basically a big red chair, or you could make them out of wood if you wanted to. But the one I used to use was basically a big red chair with a pole going up it, looked like a great big knitting needle eye. And that eye was for a rope to be threaded through. Now on top of the roof, I'm talking some high roofs, talking the City of London here. On top of the roofs, you would have like a rigging set up, like a pulley system with all weights and rope. And then Muggins, the youngest one, because I was into that then, a bit of danger. You used to get danger money as well. You get another tenner a day danger money. This is what I'm saying about these blokes that don't want to go and do a bit of painting at the weekend and earn extra money. I would do the dangerous stuff because there was another tenner in it. It's another 50 quid a week back then, which was, in the sort of early 90s, that was a nice little bit of buns, an extra 50 quid. So this bosun's chair, I'll try to attach a picture to this. You'd thread a rope through it, and then you'd rely on the blokes on the roof that were basically in control of you, letting you down like an abseiler. And all you were really, you wasn't harnessed into the chair because it would be pointless. You was then stuck in his chair, coming off the edge of the roof, going down and cleaning windows and cleaning the sides of buildings which no one else could get to. And what you did on the chair, it had like a bit like a washing line, where you wrap the rope round, you do like a figure of 8 and it holds you. On the pole that come up the chair with this knitting needle on it, you also had 2 spikes of metal come out. So once you was over the edge, you was then in control of letting yourself up or down. So you'd unwind it to go down and then wind it back in again. I mean, horrendous really, absolutely horrendous. I was only young, I was only in my early 20s. And if you let your hand off the rope, it's sudden death. There's no secondary safety mechanism to catch you. You're dead. You're gone. But this is what I'm saying. I was just thinking about jobs I've done, what I would do for money, and what I would still do for money if I had done. I'd do anything for money just to keep it coming in. So it just makes me laugh when these other people don't want to go and do a bit of paint rolling. Probably the easiest paint rolling they can do really. It's so simple. And go and earn a few quid. But anyway, that's generation of today, I suppose, the old Monty Python, lick broad, clean, wit tongue and all that jazz. So youth at today, they just don't want work, do they? Don't want the money, I suppose. When Victoria Wood then. No, it was Victoria Wood. There was a bloke in Dinner Ladies, the one that always used to fix the machines. Oh, the head gasket's gone again. Anyway, I'm waffling. I'm going to make myself bored now. I'll speak to you later. Bye bye.